Welcome back to the Front Mission First Remake OP walkthrough, and now what we're going to do is update most of our squad's equipment, and I'm going to update Purunga's and the other guys too once I figure them out on another video, once I actually grind their XP. But anyway, for right now what we're going to do is update everybody else's gear since I know their setups. So we're going to start with Royd. And it looks like the Zacade is the newest model that's actually worth equipping that's not too heavy. So we're going to go with the Zacade body. And let's see, the Varsa arms are very nice, but they're also very heavy. And pretty sure that's more for like melee application. So we're going to go with the Zacade arms. It's part of the set. Slightly better than what we got. Let's check the legs here, and it looks like, you know, we're going to go Zacade again. Because that still has the most movement, so that's exactly what it's going to be. Now going to check the CPU. Got brand new CPUs. Let's check and see the stats. What we got? Let's see, short and long. That's the highest rated one. Got a melee CPU for our melee characters too. But the one that Royd needs is obviously going to be the Quo. Got the Rippus one for our melee characters. I'll make sure and put that on there. Put this one on Royd. And it looks like we got a new backpack too, the Servus. Very nice. Let's see, weapons. We're obviously, you know, fully automatic, so we're going to go with an Art Assault. Now, it's 3 times 13, and that's compared to, let's see, what we had previously. Compared to the Win E Plus, which is 2 times 18. Okay, that's 2 times 18, that's 36. But this is 3 times 13, which is 39. Plus the speed perk. That's going to make quite the difference. And, you know, we got a new bazooka and other stuff we can do here. There's a Leo stun rifle. That's a, let's see, wait a minute. That's 9 times 4. So that's 9, 18, 27, 36. The Art Assault still does more. So we're going to do 2 Art Assaults. It's a very good rifle, mind you. So obviously equip it. Left shoulder. We're gonna run, let's see, is there a better shield or no? Looks like no. There's not a better shield. Right shoulder, they now have the PIZ 8 missile launcher, which is what Paul had for quite some time. So we're gonna go with that for Royd. Now Royd's kitted out, and essentially gonna set up, let's see, let's set everybody else up too, you know. I'm just gonna show how I set everybody else up. Let's see, pretty much the same way, you know. Zacade, 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 and then Zacade across the board, you know. And then give him the Quo, fire control CPU, updated Servus backpack, no problem. Left hand, of course, you know, Art Assault. And again, we do not have an updated shield, so that's going to stay the same as the WS-14, whatever it was. Yeah, WS-14. Give him the PIZ 8 launcher. And we're going to do the exact same, well, not the exact same for Primrose. Primrose is going to be slightly different, so let's start customizing her now. Obviously, the Zacade. Let's see, wait, getting a little bit ahead of myself right now. Left arms, let's see what's she going to run for arms. Yeah, she's also going to run Zacade. Zacade for everyone across the board. CPU, let's see, she's running long and short, so obviously, you know, she's going to need the Quo CPU, like all of them are. Update to the Servus backpack for extra power. And then her left hand is going to be the Boa 36 improved bazooka, which is slightly lighter with slightly more damage. And her right hand, we're going to upgrade her to the Art Assault as well. Well, let me check the Leo stun. No, they're both equal in accuracy. The Leo stun is just a touch bit lighter. That's the only real difference. And, you know, we don't have we don't have a better shield, so we're going to do the Piz 8 launcher for her. And we're going to do the exact same thing for Keith over here. And again, Zikade, 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 Quo CPU, service backpack, you know, all across the board. Left hand is going to be the Ball 36 bazooka. Right hand is going to be the Art Assault. And again, no new shield, so Piz 8 launcher across the board. And we're going to do the exact same for Hunter. You know, Zikade across the board, no problem. And Zikade for the legs too. CPU, Quo, obviously. Backpack, Service, no problem. And left hand, obviously Art Assault in the left and the right. And for his right shoulder, we're going to do the Piz 8. And now it's time to do Frederick's setup. Again, Zikade. 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 CPU. Quo. Backpack Service. You know, it's all across the board like this. And obviously update his bazooka to the Boa 36. Give him an Art Assault. And then the Piz 8 missile launcher. And that's going to round out Frederick. And now we're going to modify Mech Gyokuran. And we're going to give her the Varsa body. The Varsa arms. Stick the backpack on there for more power. And legs, let's see. We're going to run the Zikade legs so she can stay mobile. And CPU is going to obviously be the Rippus for the melee and dodge buffs. Already got the backpack on there. And looks like we're going to upgrade to the F4 hand rods. Let's see, what's that called? Slab. What the hell is that? It's like a semi-automatic rifle is what that is. F4 hand rods. Sadly, no upgradable shields. So that's going to cap her out and top her off right there. And as you can see, she's rocking 354 HP. That is a beefy melee mech right there. Now we're going to kit out Paul. Let's see what we can do for Paul. Maybe see if we can make Paul a little bit heavier. Let's see, Varsa. No, that's going to put him overweight. Going to be Zikade for Paul across the board too, probably, more than likely. And that gives the highest hit percentage rate too. So yeah, Zikade across the board. We could give him Zikade legs, because he was at a disadvantage of terrain last time. That gives him a little bit less load, but more movement. So we're going to do that since it betters his defense, and we're going to give him the Quo CPU. Obviously the Service backpack. And weapons, we're going to give him 2 updated bazookas, obviously. And he's already got the Piz 8 launcher, which he's had for quite some time. So that's going to top off Paul. Nothing to worry about in regards to Paul right there. And now we're going to have to spend some time customizing Alder. What we're going to do for Alder, let me see. Let's see. We'll start with the Zikade configuration across the board, and then I'll see if I can squeeze in something that's a bit heavier. But for now, I just need to get him within spec. Let's see, the Rippus CPU for him, Service backpack, and then let's see, right shoulder, squeeze the Piz 8 missile launcher on him, and let's get the F4 hand rods on and see where our weight is after that. See, we're at 80 weight right now. Like 80 weight to power ratio. Let me see if I can actually squeeze the heavier body on him. Oh, I can do it, but I lose power. He gains a lot of HP though, but at the cost of slightly less defense and less power. That is a noticeable amount more HP though, at the cost of less power. And he is a melee / missileer. So, you know, we're going to make the compromise. I'd rather I'd rather him have the beefier body since he's a melee. He likes to get up close. So that's going to do it for Alder there. And he's completely updated. Now we're going to kit out Hans. Let's see. Zacade across the board, obviously. Just in general. CPU, obviously, is going to be the Quo CPU for short and long range. Service backpack, like all the rest. And now what we're going to do is update the actual bazookas. So, Boa 36. Yeah, he was running bazookas too, that's right, because he's set up like Paul. And then his left shoulder is going to run the Piz 8. Let's see, to update that. Yeah, looks like everything's going to be above board and updated for Hans now. So Hans is now updated. No problem. And now we're going to do the Kong configuration for Gregorio and see what we can do for him here. Let's see. Let's give him Varsa. And let's throw the Service backpack on there. Varsa, obviously. Can't do the Varsa legs. Want the Zacade legs, obviously. And you got the Varsa arms, Varsa body. And the Zacade legs for mobility. Obviously, you need that. I see CPU, Rippus CPU for the melee and dodge attributes, obviously. And he's already got the backpack on him. And now we're going to upgrade to the F4 hand rods, and that should round out his offensive score. It's 64 melee, and that should add up along with Meikhua. Yeah, Meikhua is also 64, and they're both rocking 354 HP. And now we gotta do the same for Molly, which is just a not so great melee. But she's going to get the exact same setup. Varsa, Zacade. And then the Rippus CPU for melee and dodge. The backpack. And then it's simple as giving her the F4 hand rods. And that's going to finish out Molly. She's also sitting at 64 melee and 354 HP. And as for these guys, Bobby and Purunga, I'm going to need to save that for another video because I'm going to need to figure out how the hell to set these guys up. Because right now, I just am not sure how their skills are going to be or anything. So I'm going to read up on that and make my own judgment call on how to do their skills and their mech setup. So that's going to be a video for another day. Anyway, once you get done with customizing your mechs, go ahead and go back to this menu and save. And I will see you guys on the next video for Bobby and Purunga once I figure out how to actually build them.